Okay, hi, I'm Chuck Zukowski. Welcome to my site, UFOnut.com. I'm here with Stan and Romanek, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's happened to him in the past 7 years. Also, what's happening to him right now, and I hope you enjoy this segment. Since the show's been out, and it's been about a week now, I've been kind of following some of the emails and some of the sites of people's response to it, and what you said, really, it's been very, very positive, which kind of amazed me. Um, Although there was a blog, I think the blog came out today, and what was kind of interesting about this particular blog, it was put out by James Carrion, who is the current head of MUFON International. And he made some interesting comments. One was a particular word that he mentioned in the blog that was associated with a couple of documents that were associated with you, and that word was
fallow instead of follow.
Follow. And maybe at this point you may want to just touch on that. I know it wasn't mentioned in the show, but this is something.
MUFON got started with me a long time ago. It ended up happening that some of the lead investigators in MUFON wanted to take they literally took some of my evidence and they were going to try to sell it to the highest bidder.
Now, this was under John Schuessler?
This was under John Schuessler. John Schuessler got wind of it. He was actually pretty good about it. And then this guy, Carrion, came on. And we went to him, and he came up to the house, and we wanted him to, do some stuff. He refused. And then on the blog, he said that I refused, which absolutely was not true. And in fact, I've got, there are people that know this for a fact.
You had other eyewitnesses here when he was here.
I don't understand where this guy came from.
So basically, when he was here, he was asking for complete control.
What he wanted to do was he wanted everything that I had, but then he refused. He didn't want to investigate it. I mean, he didn't want to be part of it. And then suddenly,
so how was he going to investigate it if he was going to take all your information? He personally didn't want to be part of it?
He didn't want to investigate it, period. They said no.
Oh.
They said no.
So they had the opportunity.
He still wanted my stuff, but he didn't want to investigate it.
Oh.
I went to them. They didn't come to me.
So do you think that maybe they wanted your stuff to suppress?
Absolutely. I mean, you work for MUFON, so you know what's going on there. Everybody does. Everybody knows what's going on there. I mean,
I'm trying to play the neutral part.
I know, but I don't mean to put you on the spot. But somebody's got to start doing something about this crap.
Well, it was a little interesting that when I saw his blog come out, where he used the word
fallow.
God, and then how he
been
said,
haunting me ever since.
And the one particular word where he claimed it's such astronomical evidence, which means it's infinity. I mean, there's so much involved with what's happened to you.
That's the only thing he can find. Come on. I mean, he's got to do better than that.
And that was basically a word that he found in 3 documents?
Yeah, and I know all the people whose documents those are. They will back me 100% on this. And yeah, what happened was they wrote these reports up.
MUFON did, or your friends?
No, my friends wrote these reports up to give to the National UFO Reporting Center, whatever. Well, the guy didn't want to take a letter. He said you have to go online to do it.
Oh, okay.
My friends didn't have time, so it's like, you do it. So I did it. And no, yes, I'm dyslexic, and yes, I misspelled the word fallow. Well, suddenly along came this document, government document, with my name in it, Project Romanek, mysteriously with the word fallow in it. I didn't write it. We sent it off to have it analyzed. We didn't trust this document. It also says on there not to release the document for your safety and ours. Well, suddenly, I don't know how Carrion got a hold of this document, but it's all over the internet now.
Did you ever give a copy of that document
Absolutely
to MUFON
no.
at all?
Absolutely no. Absolutely no. I refuse to give them anything at all, period. It's funny because my wife emailed him and he says, well, if he was so concerned about his safety, he should have kept his mouth shut. It's like, who at MUFON would say that? Somebody will get to the bottom of it, I'm sure. And it doesn't matter. I'm not here to try to blame anybody for any of this. In fact, I'm here to try to help them save face so they can get this information out.
So as an investigator, when I first heard about Stan Romanek, obviously I'm a skeptic, and I usually am. I attack every investigation as something being plausible, and then when it's not plausible, then that's when you start concentrating on time invested in an investigation. So one of the first things that I was so fascinated about Stan Romanek was a lot of this information didn't come directly from Stan Romanek. It came from family, from friends, things that happened to them, not only you, but things that happened to your family and to the friends and people just associated with you. And then also other investigators that were there before me, that incidents would happen to them. So I realized from a standpoint, for gosh sakes, there was so much physical evidence, there's so many eyewitness testimonies that, I mean, if this was a murder case, the person responsible would have been put away for 100 years.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of upset me a bit about this blog was there was just a particular incident that was pulled out of context, and when there's so much more information involved in this. Well, I mean, you got to buy the book, really.
That's the only thing that they can focus on, because that's the only real flawed thing that is in this case. They will pick that apart and make it sound this because that's all they have.
But the purpose of videotaping this and getting it out on the internet is to get the information out to the people out there about you that was possibly suppressed from ABC,
Yes.
or the misinformation that comes out from some of the debunkers out there.
Yeah.
As an investigator, I feel that bringing this out to the public is probably one of the most important things,
Absolutely.
at least coming from, and I apologize for this, from the horse's mouth.
Exactly. Well, I believe that too. That's why I do this. Relentlessly, I do this because, first of all, there's stuff that happens that I don't understand. Maybe somebody out there does. People have the right to know. The people suppressing this are doing something illegal. They have to be. And it's not right. Whatever their agenda is, I trust the guys upstairs more than I trust the guys down here. Whatever they're doing is wrong. And the people have a right to know what's going on. It's their life too.
And for everybody out there that's watching this, you really need to go to your local bookstore and pick up your book, or not your book, but his book.
Yeah, Messages.
It's pretty cool. I was a little concerned to read it myself, and the reason why is because I didn't want to know what happened to you at the very end.
Nothing. Well, it just
You're still here,
continues.
so that's good.
It continues. It doesn't stop. It just kind of, in the book, it pretty much gives a little bit of what I think's going on, but stuff continues almost weekly, daily.
And I know a lot of things have occurred since the book's been put out. A lot of really, really cool stuff that I hope in the near future you'll be able to do a
Amazing
second
stuff.
edition, because people out there really really need to know what's going on. Not only that, but they need to know what's going on because of the outcome of the book and because of the outcome of the ABC show. All the positive and all the negative that you're getting.
Well,
All
also,
the behind scenes stuff.
I
that you're
keep
getting.
doing this too because I get threats a lot. We just got a new threat that they're going to try to eliminate everybody involved in my case and in the Denver ET initiative. They're going to make it look like a terrorist attack, and if they can't take us all out at once, they're going to do it. They're going to assassinate us one by one. And we get threats. I mean, we just got a threat just recently. So, this is ridiculous. I mean, really, it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Well, thank you, Stan,
You're
for this
welcome.
time tonight. And we're here at Stan's house outside of Denver somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where.
Beautiful summer night,
A
too.
beautiful summer night. You can hear the crickets in the background. I appreciate the time you gave us
Sure.
for tonight,
You bet.
and I'd like to be back again.
Absolutely.
Thank you.